Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another GroovyCast session. Today, we're going to be casting a replay sent in by Vespionagee, aka Satan. I guess that's what he'd like to be called in the ladder. ZvP today. I'm pretty sure Vespi's MMR is 4.4k, while his opponent is 4.7. Gonna be a Zerg versus Protoss. Now, generally speaking, we can expect to see a lot of Void Rays, but Vespionagee tends to be quite a cheesy player. So, we'll see if he allows his opponent to make it to that point. Okay, doing an extractor trick. I think back in the olden days, Scarlet used to do this, and she would... It was thought that you get like 6 more minerals or something if you do it completely correctly, but no pro player does it anymore, so I don't see a reason for it to be done. I still do it out of habit, but I think he's doing it for a speedling all-in. Yes, it does. This is what we in the... Oh, never mind. I thought he was doing the Loco build, which is where you get a 15 hatch and then you go 14-14 and you just pool Zerglings, but instead he's going for a 15... Another hatch or extractor trick. Excuse me. Don't slurring on my words today, which is uncommon. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the audio up. Oh, you guys are able to hear it? Alright. Sorry about that. Have it down so the music can be heard a little more. Show our Protoss player going for a gateway first. He's patrolling down here maybe to trick Vespionagee into thinking that it's going to be a cannon rush. Vespionagee scout's going to go for a third base. 3 hatchery gasless. Now, I still don't quite understand what the extractor trick was for. Maybe it was for a faster third. He does have the money for it. Instead, he's going to start 2 more drones before he starts his third. I would have liked to see him start the third the moment he had 300 minerals, because the larva early on would have allowed him to make up for that drone deficit. A third base still not being started. 4 lings and a queen. This drone has been here for 30-ish seconds, losing quite some mining time, but that's okay. Our Protoss player going for the normal 1-gate nexus. Alright, now the probe in position to block this hatch. Should not have been had Vespionagee put that hatchery down right away, but we do see these lings coming out. Protoss player does scout that it is 6 Zerglings. He should chrono out. I would have actually much rather seen an Adept, and we need to be seeing a second gateway come down at this wall. Alright, a shield battery comes in as a full wall. Now, if Vespionagee had gas, I would suggest he Baneling bust. He is supply blocked on his 3rd queen. Looks like he's going to be coming down. It looks like some start of a queen walk. Stalker behind the wall now. It's going to be 8 Zerglings. If he did manage to get the cyber core, that would be amazingly impressive. He could be individually maxing the lings, but will he have enough damage off? But the shield battery is getting close to finishing. Okay, I think the Protoss player will be able to save his nexus. But, like, he's using shield batteries to heal those cyber core. He is doing that now. Okay. All is good. Got a little nervous there for a second. Now, let's take note of the situation. Second base is done for the Protoss player. Protoss player has 2 chronos available to start making probes if he would like. I don't really like how he's blocking off his gas with his very gas-intensive tech choice, aka the Stargate. He's also building 2 shield batteries. He's completely hard-walled in. So if you are Satan, you should just drone from here. If your opponent's willing to hardwall, make sure you're getting good scouting info, which you already did. If I'm correct, he has not seen the Stargate, so I like that he's sending the Overlord in. A second Cybercore on the way. The Protoss player thought he was going to lose his first Cybercore. Went ahead and preemptively built the second one, which I would have liked to see it cancel, unless he's going to go for some crazy 1-1 or something like that, but I don't think that's the case. And we see spores coming down from Vespionagee quite early, in fact. He should have been able to recognize that he forced his opponent to make batteries early on, so the tech... He can afford to get the spores later, right, is what I'm trying to say. As well as he had a higher queen count, so if he splits his queens properly, even if it is an oracle, he should be able to deter that oracle. Now, +1 air weapon is being started for our Protoss player. Now, we'll see if he keeps making oracles. The +1 air weapon is going to be useless because Oracle's attack counts as magic damage. Therefore, +1 weapons does not affect it. All right. getting that Adept in position, getting ready to take that third Nexus. Quite an early third at 4:30, and the first Void Ray being pumped out for our Protoss player now. Now, Queen Walks have been quite common versus Void Rays lately. My favorite way to deal with it. Alright, first Oracle coming in. Only getting 2 drones so far. Being microed away, taking a lot of hull damage. Not quite what you want. If it had been microed properly, probably could have gotten 4 or 5 drones. Going up to quadruple gas here. Only on 42 drones, so going up to 50 now, but even still, is quite a lot of gases early on. I wonder what direction our Zerg player is going into. Protoss player going to throw down the Twilight Council, indicating that he wants to switch into ground. And he's building a robotic facility now. His tech is very weird. I don't really like the indecisiveness of our Protoss player. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too on 43 probes, which is not an optimal probe count. He's what we call a full supply block. He has no pylons on the way and is 62 out of 62. Now, luckily for him, this Nexus will be finishing up soon. This Void Ray on range of creep, Vespi should be able to deter this quite easily. I would love to see some injects out of these queens. 2 hatches are currently not injected. Missing larva this early in the game. Very important. To give you a little benchmark, in the finals, Rainer versus Clem today, in the EPT Cup, the Monday Cup, at the 6:15 mark, Rainer had over 100 supply, whereas our Zerg player here is about 78, hinting at how important that larva count is. Stasis Ward coming in, and now the Protoss player was actually making probes. Ooh. Okay, that's a thick with 4 C's, Stasis Ward. My God. This is what Protoss dreams are made of. Alright, no units being produced out of our Protoss player. Gonna start 3 probes, going for a Robo Bay, Blink, and +1 all at the same time. Had Vespionagee decided to do any sort of all-in, this Protoss player would be dead as a doornail. Because he has a grand total of 4 or 5 units. And he has... I like how he got +1 for his 2 Void Rays. The Oracle, it doesn't even matter. Looks like there's a probe already near the 4th Nexus. Getting ready to take that, unless this was an accidental misclick. The 4th for Vespionagee being taken and slightly droned up. The general Zerg rule, you want 10 drones per minute the game has been live. So definitely lacking in the drone department a little bit. The optimal drone count for Zerg players these days tends to be around 85, depending upon the style you're going for. We're up to... The unit count consists of 10 queens and 68 drones. Roach is just popped. Roach speed and +2 is coming. Are we going to see a queen walk? I feel like we are. And if we are, I would have liked to see creep spread being... I would have liked to see a creep highway being spread more down the middle. He's had the queens for a long time. They've banked up a ton of energy. So it would be very useful. 68 drones here. A couple roaches on the way. 1,000 minerals being floated. Now we're going into Roach Hydra. Double disruptor production on the way out of our Protoss player and going up to 7 gateways as well. He can support at least 9 on 3 bases, so I would have loved to see a couple more. And definitely some pylons. He is again full supply block. Not looking too great for our Protoss player on the macro side of things. Taking him about an extra minute past that triple-digit supply mark. But he is full of tech units right now. Are we going to be seeing lurkers out of our... Oh, and as I say it, speak of the devil, a lurker den goes down for the Zerg player, who is floating a surplus of gas, so this will be a very useful addition. We also see Overlord speed, which looks like he wants to bring the queens with whatever push he decides to do in the next minute or 2. I would love to see him get ready for a +2 push. It kind of looks like that's what he's doing. This Protoss player is about to have more disruptors than he has actual fighting units, which is not how you really want that tech to be used, because once you use those shots, they're gone. Okay. Observer coming back. Does he have observer speed? No, he doesn't. It didn't look it was speed. Okay. 1 Void Ray goes down. He fires all the disruptors and he somehow manages to miss. 4th disruptor goes down, does not get off, and now all of his shots are wasted. The Protoss army is being rerouted in full retreat. Another disruptor shot comes out. Oh, Kobe gets 6 Hydras and another one on the retreat somehow. He has massive clumps of units to his, and he's missing everything. This man would hold the record for the MLB strikeouts if he were to ever play the game. This is kind of atrocious. He has 6 disruptors and he killed a total of 60. Alright, decent Blink Micro coming out. I would love to see a battery overcharge. There we go. Battery overcharge coming down. He should be able to hold if the micro continues to be strong. There's no F2. And even though he made dropper lords for the queens are not being rallied with this army. A blink, very aggressive blink forward. I don't know if I would personally blink forward into +2 Hydras, but, you know, to each his own. Now, the 4th base for the Zerg player, finally being saturated somewhat. It's only got a couple drones on it. At this point is when you kind of want to be seeing that amount of workers on a 5th, if not a 6th base. Queen's being loaded up now. Will he do a Doom Drop in the main? That would be absolutely sick. I would love that so much. I'd forgive the early game mistakes if we have the styling of that. A 3rd Cyber Core on the way for absolutely no fucking reason, because you can only get 2 upgrades out of the Cyber Core at once. He lost... He lost one of them, but like you have a backup one that you made at the beginning, okay? Protoss player does see these dropper lords, kind of reacts to them, kind of doesn't. All right, the Hydras, no lurkers have been made yet, as well as no hive. He should be getting seismic spines by now. All right, Vespi dropping out the team. Will we see some transfuses? There we go. 2 transfuses going off. 3. The Zerg player on a MacBook, not bad. Hydra's coming to the 3rd base at the same time. Multi-pronging Protoss player. The main base can get cleaned up pretty easily, but that doesn't matter. It's a complete distraction. Probes being taken on at the 3rd, as well as the base is likely to fall. 6 Zells being warped in, and charge is completed. Oh, Disruptor somehow still missing everything. I don't think he knows you can control the Novas after you shoot them. Protoss player GG's, and Vespionagee wins the game. Now, his Stalker micro wasn't bad, but I would have liked to see a little more tenacity when it came to the Disruptor micro. That was 8 shots out of 8 Disruptors and 6 total units killed. Units lost in favor of our Zerg player, which you never see. And the creativity comes through. Always interesting games from Vespionagee. Very appreciative of him for sending in this replay. And yeah, if you would like your replay casted, drop the link in the comments below. Drop that SC. And preferably diamond and above. That way I have some stuff to talk about during the game. But if it's lower, we can do some Bronze League heroes. I don't mind. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I am GroovyMan12. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/GroovyMan12. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.